get rid of this one issue, if we get rid of this one problem, if we change this one thing, everything will be better for me.
Right? The left is radicalized by empathy, while the right is radicalized by their own internalized fear, which they project onto other people. Okay, so here are some Frank quotes. Have you noticed that there are just like way too many international students in Toronto right now? Just like everywhere I look, there are just international students everywhere. How can you tell who's an international student and who's not, Frank? How can you tell just by looking at them, Frank? We need to stop bringing in low-skilled immigrants. Oh, my Lord, ew. That one wasn't even a case of like verbal diarrhea. That was legitimately typed out. He purposely typed that one out and put it in my comments in response to a mutual of mine. Brother! Conservatives believe that if we just get rid of this one issue, life will be better. You mean like getting rid of immigrants to solve the housing crisis, the cost of living crisis, and apparently the medical crisis, which makes even littler sense to me? Like the cognitive dissonance, oh my Lord. Couldn't be at all that premiers are pushing for privatization, which is making the medical crisis worse by not paying people adequately in our public healthcare system and by creating bills like Bill 60 in Ontario. No. It has to be all these people coming in. Like, remember when we used to make fun of people for like all this great replacement theory bullshit? No, we must get rid of every international student so that we have housing. That one gets me. As somebody who's like parent works with the landlord-tenant board in Ontario, like, oh my God, girl. Landlords are the problem. Investors hoarding 1/3 of housing is the problem. Our prime minister being a landlord's part of that problem, which is why he's blaming immigrants instead of dealing with the actual issue. But now, let's not listen to housing experts. Let's just assume that it's people I don't like. And the cost of living crisis, like, Jesus. Price gouging. Bosses are gonna lower our wages and keep our wages down, regardless of who comes in and who doesn't. As someone who used to do payroll, I chose what people got paid. It has nothing to do with who's coming in. I wasn't looking on the news and going, oh, there's an influx of immigrants. I guess I'm gonna charge my employees less now. Conservatives think if we just get rid of this one issue, everything will be solved for me. How does that not sound like you? Like, legit? Also, for anybody who's watching this, I hope you notice that I have been consistent in everything that I have been saying and that Frank is not. Frank has been getting emotional and saying very weird things in the comments. Frank has also gotten a little bit more irrational about immigration as time goes on. And like, I had a lot of grace for him in the beginning, especially when he was saying things like, oh, well, wrongly saying that we should still deal with the immigration problem, but was also saying that like because of all the economic issues happening in Canada, that more people are going to become more radicalized against immigration. Like it's going to create more stigma. But then somewhere along the way, he lost the plot and became extremely reactionary on this topic. And also saying that, like, I have been misinterpreting him, saying that I'm taking him out of context, while simultaneously saying that I've been, like, complaining that he hasn't talked about Doug Ford enough in a video where I'm like, hello, immigration isn't the problem, Doug Ford is. Completely ignoring the whole thesis of that video, but whatever. He likes to posture himself as the authority on this issue, so of course he's going to turn around and tell his large audience that I'm wrong. Which is why online debates don't matter and they don't actually help anything. Even though I know I'd probably have a bigger following if I did that shit, but I don't care because I actually care about the issues I talk about and not winning. If we get rid of this one issue, everything will be better for me. Again, how does that not sound like you on immigration? Brother.